Another week for Swick Volleyball begins tonight, and the Blue Storm are looking to rebound after losing their last 3 straight ball games. Tonight, the Volunteers of John A. Logan College coming to town. They're always very good Volunteers, coming in a record of 9-4, 4-0 in region play. Swick on the other side, 8-5, 2-2 in region play. The two foes match up for the first of 2 meetings here from Belleville, Illinois. It's Southwestern College versus John A. Logan College. I want to welcome in students back with the guy to have you along. Welcome into our Swick Volleyball pregame show. Another week. It's going to be a 3-game week, so we'll see how it goes for Swick. Three region games. I think that's going to make things interesting. Swick coming into tonight is tied for the 5th spot in Region 24, and there's a lot of games going on here tonight. I think we have a 3-game window. Make sure I pull that up right. Yes, there's a 3-game window tonight. John A. Swick, Kaskaskia versus Shawnee, Lakeland versus Frontier. And this is an opportunity this week for Swick to move up a couple spots. They could be looking at top 3 if they could go 3-0 this week. They're going to get John A. tonight, Frontier on the road Wednesday, a team they're tied with currently right now, and then they're going to get Kaskaskia on Saturday. You have 3 big region games where Swick obviously would like to go 3-0. If not, just continue to build off the momentum they had on Saturday. It was a tough loss against Middle Area College on Saturday at Lakeland College, but Swick was able to, I think, battle. That's something that one of the biggest takeaways from that game compared to the first meeting against Middle Area College, first of the 3, is that, Swick was able to battle and stay in the ball games. I think Swick was in the ball game, at least in my opinion, for 80% of the game, at least 75 to 80% of the game. Something to not feel like at Vincennes. They had their moments, they had their runs, but they just never were actually trading points in the ball game with Middle Area, unlike it was on Saturday where Swick lost the first 25-22, a set that really wanted to win. They were up 8-2 to start the first set, and I think they'd change if you take that first ride of momentum going into the second and obviously into the third. But Swick was right there, and that's where you kind of want to be right now. You're going to get Middle Area one more time this season, late October. I believe it's like one of the last few games of the season. It's their 5th to last game of the year, and we'll see what happens. Improvement. Middle Area is a good team. I really think that they're a top 15, if not top 10 team in the country from what I've seen. They got some really good outsides. Their middles are good. Their libero is good. Their setter's good. They have a good team. And for Swick to go 25-22 in the first set against them in that game, I think that's good. And a battle with them for a majority of that game is really, really good. John A. Logan College is the opponent tonight. They come in 9-4 out of Carterville, Illinois, and this is a team that's always really, really good. The evidence of that is combined program record since 2018, 159-61. That's a 723 win percentage for the Vols since then. And they currently lead the matchup series against Swick 10-4 since 2018. Both these teams split the matchups last year. Swick was the one that took the game at John A. in 5, the last matchup in 5 sets, while it was John A. That took the matchup here at Swick early on in the season in 4 sets. And those 4 sets were really close, especially at the end. So there's that for it. This John A. team, though, they are led by a couple good hitters that can really, really play. One of them is, you look at Ava Luber. She's averaging 2.05 kills per set, 78-38. She's a freshman outside. I think their best player is their sophomore middle, Carly Mann. She has a 466 hitting percentage, 97 kills in 36 sets, averaging 2.69. She also has 39 blocks, averaging over 1 block per set to start the season for her. So they got a couple players. Their setter is really good. She has 202 assists in 38 sets, averaging almost 5.5%. Also has 18 aces. That's second best on the team for John A. The libero is averaging 2.65 digs per set. This is a team, by the way, that has been really good at the digs department, averaging 14.31 digs per set this season coming into tonight. They're averaging 10.24 kills on 211 hitting percentage. Their hitting percentage isn't the greatest, and this is a team that actually has more service errors than aces, 101-95 in favor of errors. They're averaging 8.93 assists per set, 1.93 blocks, 2.11 aces, and 14.31 digs. They're 9-4, and just because they're 9-4 doesn't mean it's one of their best starts over the years. In fact, it's one of their worst starts in the last 4 years, which is crazy to say that. 9-4 is their worst start since 2022. That year, the Vols started 8-5 in their first 13 games. They would go on to finish 16-7, losing to the championship in the Midwest District Tournament. This is a team that's been getting to the region tournament championship at least. They did not make it last year. Lost to Vincennes in the semifinal round after going 27-9 last year. Went 27-9, going 14-5 in region play. They started 16-3, finished 11-6. As I mentioned, fell to Vincennes in the semifinal in 3 sets. They would defeat Lakeland in the third place game in 3 sets, and then would fall to Jefferson College in 5 sets in the first round of the Midwest District Tournament. 2023, year prior to that, they also went had another 20-win season, 24-7, falling to Vincennes in 4 in the tournament championship, and then fell to Iowa Western in the Midwest District semifinal, also in 4 sets. Swick will make the return matchup to John A. on October 20th, and we'll see how that second matchup goes on the 21st. You got 3 region games this week, and it's going to be region games next week as well. Swick will get a little bit of break after Saturday. Won't play to Wednesday at Wabash Valley next week, and then at Lincoln Trail the Friday on the 26th. So only 2 games next week. You'll get Shawnee the week after, Rend Lake in non-region play, and then you get Vincennes, which is going to be one that's circled on October 9th for the rematch against the Trailblazers. Where Swick, I mean, I'll tell you right now, tonight's a big opportunity, and I think this is the game. If Swick wins tonight, I think this is the game that turns the tide. I really think that this is a game where everything gets put together. This is the week everything gets put together, and Swick will go on, hopefully a win streak. I think it's going to last 2 or 3 weeks if Swick gets this win tonight, because I think it's going to set them up for the rest of the week and set them up for the next 2 or 3 weeks where they're playing their level up to their best level. Swick is a good team. They have good talent, top talent, I would say. As we've mentioned, Swick has a lot of very talented freshmen, and the sophomores they bring back are some of the best in the region. This is a good team, and it's just all about trying to put everything together and being consistent, and that's what's going to take tonight to defeat a John A. Logan team that's always really good. 9-4 record, as I mentioned, 4-0 in region play. A couple of their region wins, by the way, are against Wabash Valley, Lincoln Trail, Kaskaskia, and Shawnee. They're going to get Vincennes Wednesday in a big matchup. That's going to be the top 2 teams going at it in the region on Wednesday. But for Swick tonight, though, they have to just be consistent and put everything together. And I think if they do that tonight, accomplish that, everything's going to come together. Momentum's going to come together. Everything's going to get pieced together. And I tell you right now, Swick wins this game, they're not going to lose for the next week or so, next 2 weeks. That's my prediction right now. Go ahead and clip it, whatever. Keep note of it. I think tonight starts the win streak for Swick against a good John 18. Swick won 10 straight last year. And I don't know if it's going to be 10 straight this time around, but I could see 7 or 8 wins at the very least, if they get a win tonight against the Volunteers at John A. Logan College. Swick has lost their last 3 straight, coming in 2-2 in region play, 8-5 overall. They're looking to get a big win against the Volunteers tonight, who just won their most recent game Saturday at Heartland Community College. Over the weekend, they played Sauk Valley Community College, lost in 3. Parkland College, one of the best-ranked teams at the Division II level in 3. Heartland Community College, another top 15 ranked team at the Division II level. And they defeated Rock Valley in 4 in their last win. They actually took on Southwestern Michigan, a common opponent with the Blue Storm, at the opening tournament in Rockford, Illinois. They won that in 4 sets against Southwestern Michigan, while Swick took 3 sets to defeat Southwestern Michigan to open up the season. In region play, all region games besides Shawnee have went 4 sets. That includes Wabash Valley, Lincoln Trail, and Kaskaskia for the Volunteers. They've also defeated Rend Lake in 3 sets. They're a common opponent with the Blue Storm. All right, head coach Warren Thomas will join me now. As got the chance to talk to him just a little bit ago. We recapped those 2 games over the weekend at Lakeland College and talk about this week. It's a big week for Swick, and as I mentioned, I think this is the week where everything gets put together for the Blue Storm. It's the Blue Storm, the Volunteers, coming up in less than 7 minutes. Here's head coach Warren Thomas. Another week for Swick Volleyball begins tonight as they welcome in the Volunteers at John A. Logan College. A 3-game week for Swick as they'll get 3 region games. Frontier on the road Wednesday, and then Kaskaskia on Saturday. And we welcome in head coach Warren Thomas. Coach, you guys come into tonight 8-5, coming in losing 3 straight games, but in those 3 games, you guys played 3 very tough opponents. 2 of those was Indian Hills and Mineral Area from Friday and Saturday. Talk about those 2. I know you guys played pretty close, which is probably one takeaway. But what else did you see from those two games against those two schools?
I saw that we are very competitive with the top teams. This was a good loss. If there was ever a bad or good loss, this was a good loss for us because we learned from that. We learned that our persona has to be consistency throughout our matches when we play these tough teams. I think that during the stint we had with Lakeland when we played them on Wednesday, one of the factors was our serve receive.
Yes.
That was definitely not the issue on this past Friday and Saturday. We had outstanding serve reception, and that carried us forth to where we were able to compete with Mineral Area and Indian Hills. So I'm glad how they competed. I really wanted to win.
Yep.
But I'll take that any day when you don't come out with a W.
Yeah, especially I think, Saturday, I wasn't there Friday, but Saturday, that first set where you guys lost 25-22, that one really hurt. I mean, that was one that we wanted so bad. Yeah. But to look at that, though, that's where you guys want to be. I mean, right there, you guys were up, I think, 8-2 to start the game. And I'll tell you right now, I don't think there's many teams that forced Mineral Area to use both timeouts in the first set.
Yeah, that's I kind of look at them. I know we're Division I now, but I kind of look at them like Parkland.
Yeah.
They're that quality of players and coaching, and when you get to be in that point with that team, and they utilize both of their timeouts, and you see the coach back and forth on off the bench on the bench or off the bench on the bench, talking to his players, you're doing something right.
Yep.
So, yeah.
And another thing, too, I mentioned to you after the game, it felt like we were in the ball game for, at least 75-80% of the game, which was not what it was when we played them at Vincennes a week before. We had a few runs, but it wasn't the full game, which I think you got to be pretty happy to right there with them.
Yeah, we couldn't complete it. But, anytime you play a team like Mineral Area, we're going to play them 3 times this season.
Yep.
You improve each time, and hopefully the next round we play, they'll be here at home for us. Next time, I think that's in October.
Yep.
But I'd like to pull off a win. That'll be a great win for us, especially towards the end of the season. That'd be good.
So you go ahead to this week now, always a new week, and you guys get a new opponent now in John A. Logan College, a team where, let's just talk about last year where you guys beat them during that 10-game win streak at John A. And that was one of those, I think, wins that you remember the most. 5-set win, comeback at their place. That was a pretty big win for you guys.
It is. You know what? Bill had a good team. Bill Burnside had a good team with John A. He's been there ever since I've been at SWIC, and that's just how it is. The competition is so high. The fight is always there, and I'm just hoping that we could, settle ourselves and make a win out of this, because I believe we are in that route for that.
Yes, so. I will kind of hoping we could start, getting the momentum and everything gets put together this week. And coming up later this week, you guys are going to get Frontier Wednesday. To speak about Frontier real quick, because we saw them Saturday at Lakeland.
Yes.
Just the one thing I took away from that, just watching one set against Indian Hills, they held their own.
Oh yes. They're a scrappy team, but the thing about it is that they're very good. One of the best teams out of Frontier I've seen since I've been here at SWIC. So I really look to see that as a high competitive game. And I don't know, it's just you got to – every team you play has to be played at your top level. It doesn't matter who you are or coming in or what records you've had in the past or even this season. So we have to go with that mindset every single time.
After that, you guys will be playing against Kaskaskia College on Saturday. That's going to be very special. And it's always Kaskaskia and SWIC are always rivals, that matchup, but also to play it at Mascouda High School in their outdoor match. That's going to be very special, and it should be a great game.
Yeah. The one thing I hope for is the environment doesn't overplay what we need to do in the win and loss record, because I've never played a court outside except in sand, and this isn't sand. But I'm sure the fans will love it. I'm sure we're taking it in because we're a part of it.
Yeah.
And hopefully we can come out with a good win, a good W for that. But we'll see. I mean, both, again, they're like Kaskaskias, like John A. They're always very good. So.
Talk about just kind of a few individual performances from over the weekend as well. Kind of Grace Johnson was the big player against Mineral Area. on Saturday at Lakeland. I mean, she was doing everything for you guys. I think she hit over 300 in that game. She's been really, really good. And I went back to look at her last year. She's right there in kills. I think she averaged 2.98 last year. She's averaging 2.93 this year.
Your Ash or your, I'm sorry. That was who the player you're talking about is
Grace.
Grace, yeah,
Yes.
okay. I want to make sure I had the
Yes.
Yeah, Grace is she started that pickup in her game halfway through the season, and it has not stopped yet. When the ball's placed to her, you can bet every percentage you have there that it's going to be a kill, and just her positioning on where to hit, seeing the gaps, and then putting the ball down is phenomenal. I'll tell you what, she was a great recruit to pick up last season, and I'm so happy that it's continuing on. But I look for her to be top ranking in the conference here, and in the NJCAA.
Yes. Another player, too, I thought is starting to come around is Layla Porter. I thought she had some good swings against Indian Hills. I think she hit 302 against them.
Yeah. She's another one that she's learning the speed, and she's utilizing her speed towards that. And I'll tell you what, she was a good recruit to pick up out of Texas, and I just look for so much for her to do in this season and the next season also. So. Yeah.
All right, Coach. Thank you as always for taking the time. Let's go 3-0 this week. Let's get some momentum rolling this week.
We'll try.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let's now meet tonight's starting lineups. First, the visiting Volunteers at John A. Logan College, who come into tonight's game with an overall record of 9 wins and 4 losses, including a 4 wins and 0 losses record in region play. First off for the Volunteers, starting outside hitter, freshman number 9, Piper Underwood. Starting at center, sophomore, wearing number 10, Andre Honey. Starting at libero, freshman number 15, Ali Russo. Starting at middle, freshman number 18, Hannah Jarnigan. Starting at outside, freshman number 22, Ava Lubers. Starting at middle hitter, sophomore number 23, Carly Mann. And lastly, for the Volunteers, starting at right side, sophomore number 24, Abby Compton. The libero time for the Volunteers is a freshman number 15, Ali Russo. Volunteers are coached by Bill Burnside. Now it's time to meet the starting lineup for your Blue Storm, Southwestern Illinois College. Your Blue Storm coming to tonight's game with an overall record of 8 wins and 5 losses, including a record of 2 wins and 2 losses in region play. First off for the Blue Storm, starting at center, a freshman out of Hardin, Illinois, number 7, Lacey Bowman. Starting outside hitter, a sophomore out of Atherton, Illinois, number 9, Grace Johnson. Starting outside hitter, a
Monday Night Volleyball coming your way here inside region play. As it's the Volunteers at Johnny Logan College, the Blue Storm at Southwestern College. Steven Stockwithy, glad to have you along. In this one, the Blue Storm are 8-5, 2-2 in region play. The Volunteers are 9-4, 4-0 in region play. And this is a big-time matchup. Blue Storm are coming in losing their last 3. And hopefully a win tonight that could just turn the tide, change things for Swick. They've been there. They've been close. You look back at Middle Area on Saturday, Indian Hills on Friday. Lakeland were there for 2/3 of the game in those first 2 sets. Just couldn't get in the third. Tonight, Swick has an opponent that's, well, a better record. They're seated currently higher in the Region 24 standings as the number 2 seed right now. Swick tied for 5th with Frontier. You do look at so far for Swick, 13 games in, they really have not beat opponent besides Jefferson College, who Jeff at the time had a worse record. I'm not sure what the record is now as we speak here on the 15th of September. But Swick has not been able to defeat an opponent that has either a better record or is seated higher than them in the region standings. That's got to change tonight. They've obviously came close. There's no doubt about that against some of these teams. It's the closest one. But that's got to change tonight. And I think this is the week that hopefully everything comes together. You got Frontier Wednesday, Kaskaskia on Saturday, hoping for 3-0. And as I mentioned in the pregame, I think this is, if Swick pulls out a win tonight, we're looking at, I think a big win streak happens at least 7 or 8 games. Swick will move, attack left to right. Johnny will go right to left. Swick out here to open things up. Lacey Pullman, the opening serve. Grace Johnson, Bailey Henry, Layla Porter, Ashlyn Hughes, the liberos, Addie Walton. Here's John A. moving right side. Both teams are in blue jerseys, by the way, and the libero is both in white, so that's going to make things a little challenging. Opening things here tonight. Here's a swing for the right side. Big dig by Pullman. And it's something that I think Swick did pretty well on against Middle Area. Well, just digging the ball out, not allowing easy kills. Grace will send it over. John A. coming back to the right side. This is going to be sent over near the right line. Pullman there for Walton. She'll set Porter. Left-handed swing. Volunteers are there. They'll pass in the middle from the libero. Now going back to the right. Left-handed swing. Launched out. And Swick's on the board first, 1-0. Might be like that for a lot of the points tonight. Just back and forth, back and forth. John A. has a lot of very talented players. That one hit the top net, got over the line drive serve. Vols will go right side. That one's going to go off of Grace, and it will be a kill. We're tied up at 1. They will send in Gabby Vonderhee, a sophomore outside back to serve. She leads the team at aces. She's their best server. .61 aces per set, 23 total of the season. Got to watch out for her, and that's something that Will Swick has kind of struggled a little bit, is that serve receive. Hughes in the middle, tip over. Fouls are there, going to the right side. This one of the ball that kind of threw their outside backwards, and Compton still got it over. Now it's going to go to Bailey Henry on the left side, who puts it down. That's her first kill tonight. It's 2-1. She had a 207 hitting percentage coming into tonight, averaging .64 kills per set. That'll bring the average up, and she'll serve it over. Volunteers throwing it left side, down by 1, blocked by Hughes. On the right side, Vols will sit over a free ball. Henry going to Pullman. Hughes tip over the middle, blocked, live and out to the libero, and they're going to be able to get over the third hit on a free ball. Porter's there in the middle, going to Pullman. Now throw it for Henry, into the net. We're tied at 2. I always do this when we have one of the best in the game reffing tonight, and that is the great Augie Werner, the grandfather of one of the best in the game in boys volleyball, August Werner, great Beverly East legend. 3-2, as that's going to be the ace for the Vols, is number 23, Carly Mann, her 10th ace of the season. 3-2. But let's give a shout out to him. He's always got to see him back-to-back Swick home games. Does a great job. Porter, left-handed swing, going backwards, hit the ceiling. Volunteers are not going to be able to get that over on the third hit. We're tied up at 3. Layla Porter has been one that I've been kind of keeping an eye on over the last few games. She's been getting better and better, and that's what all these freshmen are doing, is getting adjusted to what this game is like at the JUCO Division I level. It's tough. It's not your usual high school volleyball. It's a different competition, especially moving from D2 to D1, as there's Layla Porter on the right side with the block, and Swick retakes the lead 4-3. Came in hitting .257, averaging 1.5 kills per set. She also has 8 blocks total. That's her 9th of the season. Hughes will send this one over. That one is going to be into the back line. Ashlyn Hughes with an ace. And Swick has made it 3 straight. It's 5-3. Ashel, that's her 11th ace of the season. She was top 3 at one moment. She'll enter into 5th with that ace right there. One behind, tied for 3rd. Hughes diving out, gets to him. It's going to go right to the scores table, and it's 5-4. Swick an early lead. Brooke Miller will come in for Hughes, and serve receive, as you heard head coach Warren Thomas mention on our pregame interview, it got better over the weekend. It was not great against Lakeland, and kind of, I talked to him, after the game, as always, kind of emphasized the passing wasn't the greatest either, kind of just one ball away, one pass away. Miller in the middle, dug out by the Vols, and you could definitely tell that got better against Lakeland on Saturday, against Middle Area on Saturday. Lakeland. There's Layla Porter again on the right side. Her second kill off the touch, 6-4. First substitution of the night, they'll put Addie Werson and Joy Hurley in the ball game. Lacey Pullman and Layla Porter out. And it'll be Werson back to serve for the first time. 21 aces leads the team, averaging just at .5. They say .49 on the website. I'm going to just round it up to .5. I don't know if .01 will, decimal means anything. And there's going to be a kill on the right side. Joy Hurley off the block. Freshman out of Hardin, Illinois, makes it 7-4. Averaging 1 kill per set on the dot, 11 and 11. That's going to go to 12 and 12. This one's going to be over. Foul set right to the left. Goes off of Henry, and a kill for the Volunteers at 7-5. One of the best players for John A. Ava Luber's a freshman outside back to serve, averaging 2 kills per set. She's also averaging 3 digs per set, and that's going to be an ace. Henry couldn't handle it on the receive. That's her 14th of the season. That's going to move her into 4th for John A. Next serve is over, so we'll go to Henry in the middle. Throws it for Werson. Set to Miller. Swing, got it. Brooke Miller with the kill. That's her first. A good job by Swick to side out pretty quickly there. Kind of was thinking maybe a John A run, did not come. 8-6. Maddie Gibbs will check in. Bailey Henry out. Grace Johnson back to serve. Big-time player Saturday against Middle Area. I mean, I think that might be, I would say, one of her best games at Swick so far. Gibbs blocked. Walton kept it alive. Goes to Werson. Back to Walton. Roll shot over. Volunteers coming back. They'll throw it left side. Swing. Put down for a kill. Piper Underwood gets it, and it's a 1-point game, 8-7. At a 1-point game. Serve for the Vols is over. Gibbs is there on the receive on the left side. Throws it for Werson. She'll set Hurley right side. Dug out by John A. Now moving right. Someone's got to step up. Walton does. Werson now for Grace. Sends it back over. 8-7 favor the Blue Storm. Vols left side. Swing. Kill. Put down. Piper Underwood. Back to back. We're tied up at 8. Next one is going to be over. Grace on the receive. Got put down at the net. Volunteers with 3 straight. They have the lead 9-8. John A., by the way, this is a team I'll tell you right now. This is why Swick's got to be careful. Another example of a team that gets better as the game goes on. They're 7-6 in the first set this season. 9-4 in the second and third. 5-1 in the fourth. There's another kill on the left side. Vols with 4 straight have made it 10-8. And we got to find a way to side out here and just end this run. End it quickly. 10-8. Next one's over. Going to Grace on the receive. Walton will track it down the right side. Throws it left for Gibbs. Launched over. Vols are there. They'll throw it to the right. Free ball coming. Walton in the middle. Goes to Werson. Now for Miller. Tip over. Volunteers are there. They're going to throw it to the left side. Here comes the swing. Blocked out of bounds. 11-8. Vols by 3. That's 5 straight. Got a side out here. That's going to go to Gibbs on the left side. Back to Gibbs. Blocked. Miller's there. Back to Gibbs to get into the net. 12-8. 6 straight for the Volunteers. Swick's going to use a timeout. Got to find a way to end this run. A lot of momentum for the Volunteers. 12-8 in favor of Johnny Logan College here midway through set 1. We're back in a moment. This is Swick Volleyball here from Southwestern Illinois College. Right out of the Swick timeout, Volunteers serve it over. Go to Gibbs on the left side. Swing. Volunteers are there. They'll play it middle. Now going to the right. Got to get a block. We did, but it landed on our side. 13-8. Volunteers with 7 straight midway through set 1. Five-point lead. This next one's over. Walton there on the receive. Worcel set over a center dump. John A's there. Throwing it right side. Swing over. Hurley. Going to Worston. She'll set it for Gibbs. Left side. Down line. Volunteers are there. They go back to the right. Swing is blocked. Back over. Johnson. Worston in the middle for Miller. Tip over at the left hand. Volunteers back in the middle. It's blocked. And it's going to go in the net. Point for Swick. And finally, in that run, that was 7 straight. And it's 13-9. Let's see if we can get 7 straight of our own. Addie Walton will serve it. Sophomore Libero gets it over on the right side. Volunteers. Swing is launched over. Grace is there in the middle for Worston. Now for Hughes. Down line. Out. 14-9, a 5-point game. Next one's over. We'll go to Grace. Now to Hurley on the right side. Blocked to the kill for the Volunteers. It's 15-9. Up by 6, their largest lead. Next one's over. Off of Gibbs. Going to the right on the reserve receive, and it's an ace. 16-9 in favor of Johnny Logan College. Ace for Lingerie Honey, a sophomore, her 19th of the season. Swick continues to be in big trouble. Next one, that one's going to be out. Service error. Makes it 16-10. Volunteers are on a 10-2 run. As Pullman and Porter are back in. Worson and Hurley out, and it will be Pullman back to serve. Serve is over. That's going to go to the Libero. Near the net, into the net, and John A. can't get it over on the third hit. (16-11). Next one's over. John A. near the net. They got it over on a tip over. Gibbs going to Pullman. Back to Maddie. Found a good spot. Maddie Gibbs on a kill. All right, we've got 3 straight, pulling within 4, 16-12. That's Gibbs' first kill tonight. Pullman, another serve. Goes to the Libero. John A. near the right side, down the middle. Tip over. Hughes on the block. Goes to Pullman. Left side Gibbs looking for back-to-back. Same spot. Identical spot as the last one. Back-to-back kills. And it's 16-13. Swick now down by 3. They've scored 4 straight. putting themselves right back into this ball game. This one's going to be over. Fouls, left side swing. They found a spot on the right line. That was in. Serve is over by the Volunteers, 17-13. This will go to Porter. Free ball coming. John A. Left side swing. Blocked. Laid on the Swick side. 18-13. Volunteers get 2 of those points back. 5-point game. Other one coming over. This will go to Walton on the receive. Pullman in the middle for Hughes. There's Ashley Hughes. That might be only her second kill of the night. It's a big one, though. 18-14. This one's going to be over to Libero. Goes to the middle. Set right side swing. Got it for a kill. John A. gets it right back. 19-14. Bailey Henry will come back in for Maddie Gibbs. John A. with a lot of momentum right now. Kind of a huge lead. Was a huge lead, up by 7. Got to continue to chip away at it, though. 5-point game. Volunteers will send Carly Mann, a sophomore, middle back to serve. A .466 hitted percentage for her on the season. Left side, Grace! Big time kill, 19-15, put down. Brooke Miller back in, Addie Walton out, no libero with Ashley Hughes back to serve. Hughes will serve this one. John A. going right side. Left-handed swing, that one is going to be out. And we're pulled back within 3, 19-16. This next one's going to be over. John A. coming left side. Henry there on the dig. Volunteers send it right back. They found a good spot. Ava Luber's right in the middle. Swings it right back, 20-16. John A. first team to 20 here in set 1. This one's going to be over for Grace on the receive. Pullman. Porter, big swing, blocked out of bounds. Layla Porter, her 3rd kill of the night. Back within 3, right in this ball game, 2017. Joy Hurley, Addie Worsted coming in, Lacey Pullman, and Layla Porter out. This one's going to be over. John A. going left side. Tip over going to be denied. Going backwards. Out they get over the 3rd hit. They do. Miller in the middle. Worsen for Grace. Another kill. 20-18. Blue Storm within 2. John A. will take a timeout. 20-18 late in set 1. Back in a moment here from Swick. Serve out of the John A. Timeout's over by the Blue Storm. Free ball coming. Walton, Worsted going for Miller. Blocked. Addie's there. We'll go to the other Addie, the libero. Now to Hurley. Right side over. Volunteers played off the block. They'll throw it left. Swing coming. Launched out. And we have a 1-point game late in set 1, 20-19. Swick was down by as many as 7. And they've pulled this within one. It was 8-6. This one's going to be over. Diving out, it's John A. They'll throw it right side. Swing coming. Blocked. Grace sends it backwards. Going for Addie. Back to Grace. Another swing. That one is in for a kill. Grace Johnson ties it up at 20 apiece. Man, and she came alive over the last few games. I mean, she's always been really good, but feels like she's starting to hit that next level. Came in hitting 342 coming into tonight. We're tied at 20. It was 20-17. Fouls, send it back right corner. What a spot by Ava Lubers. Henry couldn't get there in time, 21-20. John A. retakes the lead. Lubers will go back to serve. You get a kill, you go back to serve. And she got her 14th ace of the season earlier. Don't let her get one here. Going to Miller. Kill, put down. We're tied at 21. Swick has tied it at 21. Maddie Gibbs will come in. Bailey Henry out. And it will send Grace Johnson back to serve. See if she can keep the momentum going at the service stripe. She's been really good hitting, but how about serving? This will go to Grace. Our swing. Just, oh, they're going to say it is a kill. Off the touch as it went out. And Swick has taken the lead 22-21. What a huge first set this could be for Swick if they can come back and take it. Swick lost both first sets in the two matchups against the Volunteers last year. That's in, tied at 22. Found a spot near the back line. Back and forth, they will send Hannah Jarnigan, freshman middle hitter, back to serve. We're tied at 22. Jarnigan was the one that had that long service run that gave John A. that big lead earlier in the set. Miller's swing is blocked. Carly Mann in the middle leads the team in blocks. Gets another one there, and it's 23-22. John A. by one. Other serve coming. This will go to Walton on the receive. Worsted sets left side Gibbs. Tip over. Found the spot. Maddie Gibbs, her third kill. And we're tied up at 23. Addie Walton back to serve. Looking for a big run here. It will start with an ace. 24-23. Set point here in set one in favor of the Blue Storm of Southwestern Illinois College. Walton, her 13th ace of the season, and it props the Volunteer timeout for John A. They're going to look for the use of the good old timeout doctor. We'll find out what happens when we come back out of the timeout. 24-23 in favor of the Blue Storm. Late in set one. Well, let's see if John A.'s timeout doctor will come in. 24-23. Late in set one. Swick looking to win it here for the service line. It's over. Volunteers going left side. Swing. Walton kept it alive. Got there. Going to her right. Now Gibbs. Down left line. Back left corner out. Tied at 24. And a huge point for John A. right out of the timeout. That's what good teams do. They execute when their backs go against the wall, just like it was right there for John A. Now they look to take the lead here, put themselves in the driver's seat. And it's into the back right corner for an ace. 25-24. And it's set point here at set one in favor of John A. Logan College. Get a kill. The timeout by Swick after the ace. 25-24. John A. now in the driver's seat, two straight. looking to see if they can come back and take the first set. Swick needs a timeout doctor now to see if we can tie things up. Last time out the set. We're back in a moment here from Swick. Well, here we go. John A will serve it out of the timeout. Goes right in the middle. Grace will receive it. Swick backs against the wall here with Hughes. Swing, kill, tied at 25. We're going to a .27 in set one. Lacey Pullman and Layla Porter come back in. Joy Hurley, Addie Worsen out. Lakeland, I believe, just took the first set against Frontier. Inter-region play. We have Kaskaskia also at Shawnee. We'll try and get that score for you during the intermission. Swing left side. John A. back in the driver's seat. Carly Mann on a kill for the left side. Hitted .466 coming into tonight. Gives John A. the lead, 26-25. Set point here in set one in favor of the Volunteers at John A. Logan College. Gabby Vonderhee, 23 aces on the year, leads the team. Looking to win it here in set one. Gets it over. Grace on the receive. Pullman, right side Gibbs. Swing. Dog out by the Vols. They send it back. Grace is there. Going to Pullman. Set Hughes. Tip over. Dog out by the libero and Russo. Going right side. Swing. Blocked by Gibbs. Going to a .28 in set one. 26-26. Huge block by Maddie Gibbs. She's going to go back to serve. Get a block and go back to serve and maybe give Swick the lead. Into the net. 27-26. John A. Logan retakes the lead. And it's set point here in set one in favor of the Volunteers of John A. Logan College once again. Bailey Henry in for Maddie Gibbs. Carly Mann back to serve. Had the kill that got him up 26-25 a minute ago. Grace, left side swing, blocked it. John A. wins an absolute battle in set one, 28-26. Wow. Hard fought first set. The Volunteers get it done. Back and forth we went late. And John A. takes the first 28-26. If that's any indication of what these next two sets hold, well, it's going to be a battle. Let's see how Swick can rebound coming into set two. 28-26 in the first in favor of John A. Logan. Before we start the second, of course, we have our, well, I'll show you the updated standings of Region 24. That comes when we come back out of a timeout here from Southwestern College. It is a busy night, busy week here in region play. 3 games tonight, including this one here with Johnny Logan College taking the first set over Southwestern College, 28-26. Steven Stock with you. On your screen now is the updated region standings. As I mentioned, Swick comes in to tonight tied for 5th. with Frontier to region record of 2-2. You got John A. in second at 4-0, and try to chase Vincennes, who's 7-0 already. 7-0 already in region play. You also have Kaskaskia in third. They're in action at Shawnee tonight. Kaskaskia took the first set, by the way, and they are up big in set 2, while Lakeland took the first at Frontier in those other 2 matchups. Frontier, the team we're tied with at 2-2. You got Lakeland in fourth at 2-1. Teams out right now. Top 6 qualify for the region tournament at Lakeland College. Teams out right now. Shawnee 1-4, Wabash Valley 1-4, Lincoln Trail 1-4, and Southeastern Illinois 0-5. And it's going to be a busy region day on Wednesday. You're going to have 4 region games. Swick at Frontier, Vincennes at John A. Whoever wins that, if Johnny wins tonight, let's set up whoever wins that game will be in first place come Wednesday night. Lakeland at Southeastern Illinois, and Shawnee at Wabash Valley. And we'll have that one for you at Frontier. That's a 6:20 pregame, 6:30 open and serve Wednesday night in Fairfield, Illinois. Frontier, a good ball club this year, 7-7 overall. And solid Saturday right before we played Mineral Area at Lakeland. And take on Indian Hills. It's a tough opponent. They held their own. I mean, they held their own, and I think it was 25-20 in that third set. They're a good team, and Swick will have their work cut out for them, just like they do against any region opponent. It's tough playing in this region. Feels like this year are some really good teams, but Frontier's one of them that's looking to make the region tournament and make some noise. Run away here in set 2. Swickle is on your right side. They'll attack right to left. This one's going to come back over. Fouls in the middle. Pass right side from the libero. Swing. That one's launched down. Swick has the opening point here in set 2. It's 1-0. Swick out there with Bailey Henry, who's going to go back to serve to start off the service rotation in set 2. You got Joy Hurley. Sorry, not Joy Hurley, Lacey Poole, but I'm getting those 2 mixed up for some reason. Layla Porter, Ashlyn Hughes, Grace Johnson, liberos, Addie Walton. Hurley did pretty solid as well in that first set. That one's going to be launched out 2-0. And we'll get this one over. Swick the first 2 points to the set going to the net. Now on the left side, blocked. John A. there on the rebound. Will go right side, tip over. Pullman steps up, is there. Sends it back over the net. Foul set left side into the net. 3-0. Good start. I know that first set, that was a little heartbreak at the end. It hurt to lose that first set. We wanted to take that really bad. Ended up losing 28-26. But good response to start set 2. And that's how you got to start the second set. Start fresh. Right side. Off the block. Porter's there. Going to Pullman. Now to Grace on the left side. Swing. Got it. 4-0. Grace Johnson with the kill. Next one's over by Henry. Volunteer set going right to left. Got it. They're going to get their opening point of the set. Carly Mann, who I said this earlier, I think she's their best player right now. They had a tough injury to Gabby Burkhardt, I think it was 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago. Hoping the best for her. But without her, I mean, they got some talent, but she's a big piece, one of their best players. I think now Carly Mann's their best. That's going to be a kill. Another one for John A., and it's 4-2. They always recruit well. Bill Burnside, 17th season for John A., coming into tonight with a record of 324 and 165, a 663 win percentage. This one's going to go over to Walton in the middle. Pullman, pass left side for Grace. Swing is going to be blocked. They were ready for her this time. Carly Mann, another block. Came in with 39 total, 1.08%. And it's 4-3. John A. with 3 straight. This one's going to be over. Porter, right side swing, launched it out. Switch started with 4 straight of their own. Here it's set 2. Johnny Logan, 4 straight of their own now to respond. We are tied at 4. Next one's going to be over. Henry Pullman pass to Hughes. That one's launched out. 5 straight. Next one's going to be over. Walton can't get there on the receive. It goes out 6-4. Swick will use an early timeout. 6 straight for the Volunteers to retake the lead. Or take their first lead of the set. 6-4. Back in a moment here in set 2. Swick needing a side out here right out of the timeout. Going to Grace. Left side swing. That won't work, but then they're going to call a whistle. That's going to go against Swick. And that violation makes it 7-4. That would have worked there, but that violation takes it away. 7-4. 7 straight for the Volunteers, all on the service run here by Gabby Vonderhee. And Hughes in the middle, can't get over into the net, 8-4. Swick had a run like this in set 1. It was 8-6 in favor of the Blue Storm. It turned to 13-8 in favor of the Vols. And it's an ace, 9-4. Gabby Vonderhee leads the team in aces. That's just their 24th now. 24th ace now of the season. And it's 9-4. Next one's over. Waltz in there. Going to Pullman. Right side Porter, left-hand swing. Blocked out of bounds, and there's a bigger spots there. Layla Porter with the kill makes it 9-5. Hughes will come out. Brooke Miller in for her. It'll be the libero, Addie Walton back to serve. Had an ace in set 1. That was her 13th of the season. Like another one here, won't come there. Vols going right side swing. Dunk out by Henry. Pullman able to get to it in time. Vols coming back, set middle. Swing, put down. Carly Mann, another kill. She's tough to stop. Averaging 2.7 kills per set. Coming into tonight, it's 10-5. Swick in a little bit of trouble here. And it will be Mann back to serve. This will go to Henry on the receive. Pass for Pullman. Left side for Johnson. Swing. Dunk out by the Volunteers. They'll go to the left. Swing. Got around the block. Found the back right corner. Ava Lubers, the freshman outside. Continue to build on the John A. lead. It's 11-5. Hit the top of the net. Got over. Swick couldn't get on the third hit. Another ace, and it's 12-5. And we're going to use our last timeout. Not a good look. We had to use both of them early on. 12-5. John A. up by 7. We're back in a moment here from Southwestern on College. The serve will go to Henry on the receive. Porter, right side, could it be almost a kill? They got back to it. Free ball coming over. Grace, left side. Dunk out again. Porter, there we go. Finished it off. What a play by Johnny Logan. I thought that was going to hit the floor. I was starting to celebrate it, and as soon as I saw that second hit, I was like, oh my goodness. They're going to get it over. And they did, and you know, when that happens, you got a team scrambling. Johnny was scrambling, and Swick was ready to put it down. They did. Grace couldn't do it, but Layla finished it there. A hard-fought kill for her for sure. Now can that lead to some momentum here? Grace left side throws it back left corner. Too strong and out, 13-6. Addie Worson and who else came in? Joy Hurley into the game for Layla Porter and Lacey Pullman. Vols will serve it here. They get this one over off of Hurley and an ace, 14-6. Check that. Jacqueline Dill on the ace. That's her 16th of the season, third most on the team. Down by 8. This one's going to be over. Hurley on the receive. Goes to Worson. Now to Miller. Off the touch for a kill. 14-7. Grace Johnson back to serve it. Patty Gibbs checked in for Bailey Henry. This gets over the middle. Fouls are there. They'll throw it left swing. Blocked. Johnny there on the rebound. He'll go right side. Another swing out around the block. Walton going to Grace. Right side for Hurley. Launches that one over. Fouls middle swing. Addie is there. Sits it backwards. Grace able to get there. And a free ball over by Orson on the third hit. John A. in the middle kill. Hannah Jardica makes it 15-7. Fouls up by 8 here in set 1. Set 2. Ane took the first 28-26. So go to Gibbs. Worse in the middle now for Gibbs again. Miller in the middle. I was all messed up on that play. Doesn't matter. Swick gets the kill with the point anyway. 15-8. That's all that matters. Brooke Miller back to serve. Ashlyn Hughes in for Addie Walton, no libero. This is going to be an ace. Brooke Miller, her 4th of the season. 15-9. And let's see if we can chip away at it like we did in set 1. We were down by 7 just like we were here, chipped away and eventually led at one point. I believe it was 23-22 is when we got that lead. Here in the middle. John Ailson on a free ball. Grace backs up is there. Now for Hughes. Swing. Off the touch. Got it. 15-10. It's a 5-point game. Another serve by Brooke Miller's over. Volunteers right side. Center dump, and it fooled Swick. It did. Jacqueline Dill on the center dump makes it 16-10. Brooke Miller out. Addie Walton back in. Hannah Jarnigan back to serve. 3 aces on the season. Goes right to Gibbs on the left side. Walton going back to Maddie. Swing is blocked. Grace is there on the rebound. Hughes back to Maddie again. Tip over. Fouls are there. They're going to send it back right corner in. 17-10. Johnny Logan back up by 7. Next one's over. Gibbs is there going to Worson. We'll throw it for Hughes in the middle. She found a spot on the right line. 17-11. Let's see if we can go on a little run here. Does it have to be a big run? We'll take 2-1s every time. 2-1, 2-1, 2-1 will get us back into it. Pullman and Porter back in. Worson and Hurley out. If we go 2-1 every time, we'll get us there. Take us a little bit, but I think we'd have, if my math's correct, that would work. Won't go 2-1 there as John A. puts it back up by 7 on the kill, 18-11 on the right side. Kaskaskia at Shawnee tonight. Lakeland at Frontier in region play. Updates for those games. Our next time out, I try and track one down. Both of them down. Swick with a point there on the block, 18-12. Close one from what I looked at a little bit ago at Frontier. That one going down to the wire in set two. Lakeland took the first. Kaskaskia took the first against Shawnee. They were up big at set two. Blocked. Shawnee in the middle. Set coming right side. Swing over, out. They're going to say that's in. 19-12, Johnny back up by 7. Abby Vondry, he will serve this one. This will go to Henry now for Walton. Pass to the right with Porter. Left-handed swing. Dug out. Volunteers on the third hit. Get it over. Hughes. Now to Grace. There we go. Good pass from Lacey Pullman as well in that process. 19-13. Brooke Miller will come in. Ashlyn Hughes out. Addie Walton back to serve. Had an ace in set one. Be a good timer now for one here in set two. It's going to be out. John A., the first team to 20 in set two. It's 20-13. This one's going to be over. Walton on the receive goes straight to the floor. And it's another ace for the Vols. Another one for Carly Mann. I believe that's her 11th. I think it might be her second, but I know she had one earlier. 21-13. John A., the largest lead, 9 of 8. Miller, tip over, blocked. Gets it back over. Volunteers, set right side, left-handed swing, launched out. Off the touch, though. John A. Logan up by 9. Next one's over. Henry's there on the receive. Pullman. Pass right side. Porter. Swing. Dug out. And a whistle. It's going to go against John A. 22-14. Addie Worson and Joy Hurley coming in. Lacey Pullman and Layla Porter out. Can we get a big run here? Down by 8. Worson's serve is over. Volunteers in the middle going right. Left-handed swing. Dunk out. Goes off the ceiling. And that's not going to get over. It's always tough to play right off the ceiling. You have to adjust very quickly. 23-14. Vols within 2. This one is going to be over. Blue Storm going right with Johnson. Swing is over. Fouls, send it on a center. Dump, got it. 24-14. John A., their largest lead, double digits. And Swick was up 4-0 to start the second set. It's a 24-10 run in favor of the Volunteers. Next one's over. Henry going to Worson. Miller in the middle gets it. 24-15. Hattie Gibbs will come in for Bailey Henry. We'll need 9 straight to keep this one alive. This one's over. Fouls. Blocked. 24-16. Next one's over. Fouls in the middle. Swing. Grace keeps it alive. Goes to Miller. Tip over. Fouls are there. They'll throw it to the left. Swing around the block. Launched out. 24-17. 3 straight here. Next one's over. Goes to Libero. The receive going left. Swing coming. Gibbs. Nope, that's going to go to Worson. Walton out to Hurley. Right side gets it over. Fouls coming back on the left. Swing is blocked. It's going to land on the Swick side, and that's going to be how the second set ends. John A. taking it 25-17. They really responded well after going down 4-0 early on. They took the first 28-26. They take the second 25-17. We get ready for the third. We'll come back in just a moment here from Southwestern Illinois. In region play, John A. has taken the first two sets over Southwestern Illinois, 28-26, 25-17. They're looking for the set shutout here in set three. Another game tonight in region play. Kaskaskia has taken the first two sets at Shawnee tonight. And the one that I got pulled up watching right here is the big one at Frontier. Lakeland has taken the first two. 25-18, 25-22. So all three have went 2-0. Actually, Kaskaskia just took the third set, 25-9. It is a three-set win for Kaskaskia over Shawnee. Let me update that on my notes. And on the postgame, we'll have updated region standings for you. At least I could get finals tonight. What was the last time? It was last Wednesday at Lakeland. I only had one score. It wasn't even final. It was Wabash taking on Lincoln Trail. That one went 4 sets. Lacey Pullman back to serve. Swick back on the left side will attack left to right. John A. Logan will attack right to left. Lacey Pullman started things off out there with Layla Porter, Ashlyn Hughes, Bailey Henry, Grace Johnson, and Addie Walton. In a kill quickly for the Volunteers. Grace Johnson couldn't handle him the dig, 1-0. One nothing already. Bailey Henry on the right side. We'll have to get over to Walton. Roll shot coming. Volunteers coming back left side. Swing. Got it. 2-0 John A. Next one's going to be over. Walton going to Porter. He'll go right side for Henry. Free ball coming. Fouls in the middle, blocked. Swick able to get on the third hit, launched it over. Volunteers tracking it down. And a free ball coming. Let's see if we get a kill right here. Need to run this offense. Hughes blocked. They'll try it again. Walton, right side for Porter. Left-hand swing. Volunteers get it over. Try it again. Porter tip over. John A. steps up is there. They'll go right side. Left-handed swing. Block. Swick's on the board 2-1. It's hard fought. I'm telling you, hard fought points every single time against a team in John A. Logan tonight. It is got to work hard. Have to work hard. Got to earn it. There's no easy points. That's the bottom line. There's no easy points. Bailey Henry serving it for Swick in the middle, blocked by Hughes. Volunteers going left side. Another swing, got around the block off of Henry for a kill. 3-1, John A. Next one's over. Pullman goes to Gray. She'll get over on a free ball. That was a kind of a tough ball there. Right side, left hand swing, put down and a kill. Four to 1 in favor of Johnny Logan College early in set 3. Going for the set shutout. They're trying to make it 5-0 in region play. Taking down 3 of the 4 teams in 4 sets. Grace, left side swing over. Fouls coming right side. Blocked by Hughes, 4-2. She's got the first 2 points for Swick in this third set, both on blocks. Beat Wabash in 4, Lincoln Trail in 4, Kaskaskia in 4, Shawnee in 3. Walton will serve this one over. Volunteers in the middle. Will go right side. They'll send it over. Walton steps up, is there. Pullman. Now for Porter. Left-handed swing. Volunteers working right side of the left. Now go middle. Walton. Pullman. Set Grace. Swing. In. 4-3. 2 straight for the Blue Storm. Swick in region play. 2-2. Started with a 4-set loss to Vincennes. 3-set win against Southeastern Illinois. 3-set win against Shawnee, and then a 3-set loss at Lakeland. Brooke Miller swings it right back down. Tied up at 4, 3 straight. Tied up early on at set 3. Got to continue it, though. Got to keep riding momentum. This one's going to be over. Fouls going right. Left-handed swing. Walton there. Pullman now for Miller. Got it for another kill. 2 straight. 5-4. This one's going to be over. Walton on the serve. Fouls going right side. Left-handed swing. Going to be blocked out of bounds. 4 straight by Swickle in there. 5-5. John A. will send Jacqueline Dill, a freshman center back to serve, leading them. One of the players leading them at aces, leading them at assists as Layla Porter puts one down on the right side. Swick retakes lead 6-5. Dill second in assist, 4.47. She's third in aces with 15. Porter and Pullman out. Worson and Hurley in. Or Furlow in, actually. Threw me for a loop right there. It's going to be a kill for John A. 6-6. Usually it's Hurley on that rotation the first 2 sets. Furlow makes her first appearance in the ball game. 6-6 game, all tied up. Another serve here by John A. Walton there in the middle of the receive. Walton going to Miller, down the line for a kill. Brooke Miller has 3 of them already in this third set. 3 of the first 7 belong to her for the points for Swick, 7-6. Grace Johnson will serve it. Maddie Gibbs in, Bailey Henry out in that rotation. Swing comes with the right side block. Volunteers are there in the left, in the middle. Going back to the right, launched over. Worson will pass it for Walton, roll shot. Coming, she's going to get a kill in the left, back left corner, 8-6. Only her 5th kill of the season. Big one coming there, and it's 8-6. Next one over by Grace. Fouls are there on the left side, going to the right. Set coming, swing. Worson going to go backwards, back left corner, kill. John A. responds, 8-7. Hannah Jarnigan will serve it. This one's going to be over. And that one's going to be another kill. Tied up at 8. Jarnigan, another serve, looking to give John A. the lead. Tied up at 8, it's over. In the middle for Millers, will swing it over, back right corner, another kill for the sophomore. Former Ren Lake Warrior makes it 9-8. 4th kill of the set. Ashlyn Hughes will come in for Addison Walton, and it'll be Brooke Miller back to serve. Got an ace earlier this game, or 4th. I mean, let's add auto, let's get her 5th, why not? Will not come there. They're going to throw it left side, blocked up in the air. Volunteers are there on the rebound. Now we'll go right side swing. Got around the block and a kill. We're tied up at 9. Brooke Miller will come out. So Walton back in. Volunteers will go back to the service line. Had a good second set, won by 8, 25-17. Largest lead in that set was 10. This one going backwards. Grace able to track it down. We'll go to Walton. Free ball over. Fouls, right side, left-handed swing. Walton's there. It's going to go out of bounds. And John A's taking the lead, 10-9. Next one's over. Worson sets Hughes. It's over. Fouls going right side. Tip over again. Going backwards. No one there after the first hit. 11-9. Next one's over, and it's going to be an ace as it went off of Gibbs. Backwards, back left corner. John A. with 4 straight. They lead 12-9. This is a couple runs they've been having just like this, where they'll string 5, 6, 7 together and open themselves, give them a good lead. And that's going to be almost a 5-point lead. It's 4 points. What got it over in that third hit? They're going to have to get another third hit over on a roll shot. Volunteers coming back. Pass to the right. Swing. Blocked. Ashlyn Hughes, another block. 12-10. Came in with 39 total blocks on the season, averaging right at 1.00%. Porter and Pullman back in. Furlow and Worson out. Fouls. Oh, man, what a swing. And I not many people, I mean, easy guess, Carly Mann, I mean, if she's had a great night for Johnny Logan. Pretty easy guess. Hughes in the middle. Out of outs, off the block on Swick. 14-10, Volunteers by 4. So go to Hughes in the middle. Pullman, pass right side for Gibbs. Swing, out, no touch. 15-10, John A. at their largest lead of the third set. Going to use the timeout. John A. leads here in set 3. Looking to get closer and closer to a 3-set shutout. Back in a moment. We are in trouble. 15-10. Johnny by 5. Swick uses the timeout. Going to Porter. Swing. Got it. Layla Porter at the kill. Pulls us within 4. 15-11. Kind of shaken up after the play is Gabby Fondry. I mean, that ball went, I think, off her face. And hopefully she's all right. It went right off of her straight down. She's a little shaken up. I mean, going to come out here, make sure she's all right. Piper Underwood will come in for her, hoping the best for John A's. Gabby Vonderhee. She'll be looked at. As it will be Maddie Gibbs back to serve. Need a good run. We haven't had a run of really 4 or 5 straight in a minute. Be a good time to get 5 straight right now. Fouls going left side. Walton there. Going to Pullman center. Dump in the middle. Yes, found a good spot. The Libero and Ali Russo dived out for it. Couldn't get there in time, and it's 15-12. Another serve. This is going to be all right to the Libero. Johnny in the middle. Throwing it right side. Swing is blocked. It's going to hit the floor. 3 straight. We're within 2. 15-13. Another serve by Gibbs is over. Fouls in the middle. Set. Coming to the left. Swing. Got it. 16-13. John A. back up by 3. Came into tonight 9-4, 4-0 in region play. They tonight start a gauntlet of region play. 8 straight region games, included Swick tonight. It's going to be Vincennes, Frontier, Southeastern Illinois, Lakeland, Wabash Valley, Lincoln Trail, and Kaskaskia. And 8 straight region games for him. Ashland Hughes tip over is good. 16-14, she'll come out. Brooke Miller, and you also saw Bailey Henry come in for Maddie Gibbs during that previous point. Then they'll get 3 at Mineral Area. It gets 3 of the best teams in the district. Iowa Western, Indian Hills, and Mineral Area. That one's going to be blocked out of bounds off of Swick, 17-14. Then they will finish out their last 7 games with 6 of them being in region play. Non-region game, that mix will be Ren Lake. This one's going to be over. Grace is there going to Pullman. Now right side for Porter. Tip over. Volunteers are there in the middle. Set left side swing. Got around the block. Henry off the hit. Couldn't follow it up. 18-14. Volunteers back by 4. These two will match up on the 20th of October at John A. Logan. Be on a Monday night, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that's a Monday. I might be wrong. Miller, tip over. Volunteers are there. Set, throwing it right side. Swing, blocked. Gonna land. 18-15. Swick within 3. Addie Worsen in. Alea Furlow will come in. Lacey Pullman, Layla Porter out. Worsen will serve this one over. Goes to John A. In the middle. They found a good spot again. Back right corner, another kill. (19-15). This one's going to be over. Henry, stare on the receiver, go to Walton, pass left side for Furlow. Swing is over. Volunteers coming back, throwing it to the left. Swing blocked by Nalea. Volunteers will try it again. That left side got around the block. Henry's there on the dig. Worsen left side for Grace. Blocked. Walton there on the rebound. Worsen now to Miller. Got it for a kill. 19-16. Maddie Gibbs back in. Bailey Henry out. It will be Grace Johnson who serves this one. Dove out by the Libero. Going right side. Got around the block. Off the touch for a kill. 20-16. Volunteers back up by 4. This one's over. Miller going to Worsted. Left side for Gibbs. Tip over. John A. dove out for it. Threw it to the left. Couldn't follow it up. Back to 3. 20-17. Walton will come out. Hughes will come in. Miller will send this one over. Volunteers. What a hit. Able to get it over. Grace going to Worsted. Hughes. Dug out by the libero. Russo on that dig, and they come it back on the left side over Kill, and John A. just continues to battle. Swick cannot chip into this at all. It is 21-17. John A. up by 4. Another serve is over. Grace is there on the receive. Now for Hughes. It's blocked, and it's going to hit the floor. 22-17. John A. Logan within 3. Swick will use their last timeout, trying to find a way to go and run late. Down by 5. Late in set 3. Back in a moment here from Swick. Now the timeout, service over. Gibbs on the receive, goes to Furlow on the right. Now to Grace, swing over. Volunteers coming back, throwing it left. Swing off the block, lands for a kill. John A. Logan's within 2, 23-17. Next one over. This will go to Grace. Now for Worsted in the middle for Hughes. That one is just out, and it is game point here in set 3 in favor of the Volunteers at Johnny Logan College, looking for the 3-set shutout over Swick. Out. And we'll need 6 straight to keep this game alive. Lacey Pullman and Layla Porter will come in. Addie Worsted and Alea Furlow out. Pullman will serve it. This one's going to be over. Fouls in the middle, set in the left side. Swing off the block. It's going to land straight down, and Johnny Logan will take this one in 3 sets. 28-26, 25-17, 25-18. Johnny Logan makes it 2 straight wins, improving to 10-4 overall. 5-0 in region play. Southwestern Illinois drops their 4th straight ball game, falling to under 500 region play at 2-3. Overall record now sits at 8-6. Back in a moment to talk about it next. Look back in here to Southwestern College. A tough one tonight for the Blue Storm. They fall in 3 sets to John A. Logan College, 28-26, 25-17, and 25-18. As we welcome into our post-game show, Steven Stocker with you. Unfortunate one tonight for Swick. They fall down to 8-6. Losers of 4 straight, and tough one against John A. Logan. They improved to 10-4 in the year, 5-0 in region play. Man, I think John A. Logan winning that first set kind of set the momentum for the rest of the way to go. You know, they took the first 28-26. Swick was in the driver's seat, 23-22. I think 24-23 us? No, I don't know. I know we were 23-22 at least. That's what I remember. And John A. comes back, goes on a run, back and forth, and they end up taking that first. We started well in the second. We're up 4-0. John A. ends up going on a 25-13 run to take that. They take the third, 25-18, and you know, I was hoping that we would be able to continue to build off what we were able to do the game before that, Friday and Saturday against Indian Hills and Mineral Area Lakeland. But unfortunately, you know, I feel like we're to not build off of it a little bit. I know Johnny Logan's a tough opponent, but I feel like we could have was hoping to, you know, take a set today at least and battle a little bit more. Tough loss. I feel like we could have played, you know, should have played a little bit better in moments for sure. Johnny Logan is a good team. We're going to get our crack at them, and on the 20th of October, we lost the first time to them in 4, took the second one in 5, but this loss, you know, kind of hurts. You know, 2 and 3 down region play. We've lost 4 straight, but just like, you know, I kind of said coming tonight, we got a clean slate, clean week, and that's what Swick's going to have to do on Wednesday. Big one at Frontier. We cannot let a loss tonight kind of hurt us Wednesday at Frontier. We have to find a way to win a game on the road. Swick this year is 1-2 on the road, 4-3 on neutral floors. It's the first loss at home, by the way, 3-1 now at home. We got to find a way to just not let this to overtake us Wednesday, going into Wednesday at Frontier. This Frontier team will go walk all over us. You know, they're a good bunch. As I've mentioned, they held their own against Indian Hills on Saturday. I know they lost in 3 sets, but they held their own against them. They are a good team over there at Frontier, very solid. And if we let, you know, we overlook them, they're going to make us pay big time. At Fairfield, it's that's you know, about a 2-hour drive, I think it is. So hour and a half. So travel over there, and we got to find a way to get back in the win column. We have to find a way to move on and get better from where we're at right now. I obviously I think there's a lot of pressure put on. 14 games in, you're only 8-6. You're hoping a little bit better, maybe 10-4, 8-6. But it was slow start last year. 14 games in, and there's still kind of a few things that need to click. And I think I always kind of, you know, vision's success, improvement. It's not always linear. It's not always, we got better at this, so we should get better by this much the next day. No, that's not really usually how it works 100% of the time. Yeah, you would like it to work that way, but it's not linear. It's not going to be at a constant rate. It's going to be kind of a couple dips, a couple high, you know, go up and then go down. We have to find a way to go back in the high, you know, right at high. I thought we improved really well, going from Wednesday to Friday to Saturday, competing against Indian Hills and Mineral Area. Took a little bit of a fall here tonight against Johnny Logan, but you get Frontier Wednesday, Kaskaskia Saturday. Hopefully, you know, pull those 2 wins out. I still think we can start a win streak coming Wednesday. You get Frontier, Kaskaskia, wrap out the week. Then you got Wabash, Lincoln Trail on the road, Shawnee, Ren Lake. You got to be ready for Vincent's after that. But I feel like we can build a few wins. Hopefully, starting Wednesday. I think hopefully we get a win streak to start. Maybe I was 1 game too early. You never know, but we got to be ready to go Wednesday at Frontier. That's a 6:30 open and serve. We'll have that for you. The pregame show beginning at about 6:20. As I promised, we have an updated look at the Region 24 standings. 2 other finals in region play tonight in the 3 total games. Kaskaskia in 3 sets over Shawnee on the road, and at Frontier on the road, a big win for Lakeland in 3 sets. So this is how the region standings look like this. Vincent's in first at 7-0. Johnny Logan in second at 5-0. Kaskaskia in third at 4-1. Lakeland at fourth at 3-1. Swick still tied for fifth with this loss with Frontier, which makes it such a huge game a huge game on Wednesday for Swick to win. Both teams are 2-3, tied with Frontier at 5th. Tied for 7th is Wabash Valley and Lincoln Trail at 1-4. Shawnee in 9th at 1-5. Southeastern Illinois in last at 0-4. With this loss tonight, Swick falls to 8-6, 2-3 in region play. They drop their 4th straight ball game, falling to 3-1 on the home floor. Johnny Logan with this win improves to 10-4, 5-0 in region play. They improve to 4-0 on the road. Here from Southwestern College wraps out a Monday. Starting the week, hopefully we get back in the win column on Wednesday at Frontier. Thanks for tuning in tonight, folks. Wish you a good rest of your Monday. I wish you a great rest of your week. Until the next time I see you, I'll see you later.